A very good morning to you. Welcome to my thought for the day. We are still thinking about the time that Jesus spent in the wilderness, mulling over and being tempted about different ways in which he could achieve his ends and his purpose, and different ways in which he could prove that he was the Son of God. Satan didn't need that proof. Satan knew who Jesus was. But he wanted the human side of Jesus, the humanity of Jesus, to doubt who he was. And Satan does the same with us, you know. He tries to make us think that we are different to what we are. That's a bad sentence, but you know what I mean. The gospel is such very, very, very good news. And the very good news is that there's been a great exchange done. And it's already done. It's completed. We don't have to do anything to enact that exchange except accept that it applies to us. So what has happened? Jesus, the God-man, the perfect one, went willingly to the cross, and on the cross bore the punishment or the wages of sin for us, for you and for me. All the punishment that you would have been due for the sins that you've committed. And I know you're a very nice person, but you and I, we started out as sinners, born in sin and living in sin. And Jesus bore all of that punishment for us. He's taken it away. It's dealt with. The punishment has been meted out on Jesus. It will not be meted out on us unless we refuse to accept that he's done it for us. And in exchange for that sin and that guilt and that punishment, Jesus has given to us his righteousness, and we have become the righteousness of God in Christ. The exchange is done. So it is inaccurate to think of yourself as just a sinner saved by grace. You are not a sinner anymore. You are the righteousness of God. When God looks at you, he sees the righteous garments of Jesus, and he doesn't see the sin. It's wiped out. It's completely wiped out. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed my transgressions from me. He doesn't see it. And this is such an important thing to grasp, that actually we live a new life that does not have to be weighed down with guilt for anything that we've ever done, because the punishment has been meted out. It's not waiting there for us. We can't add anything to what Jesus has done. And Satan knew that Jesus had come to pay for sin, but I don't think he knew the full extent of what Jesus was going to do. Because the one thing we need to remember about Satan is, although he is a fallen angel, a fallen archangel, in fact, he is not all-knowing like God is. And I think he thought he had defeated Jesus when he got him put on the cross. I don't think he realized that the way that Jesus was going to win the battle was by giving himself up to death for us. And now that that has happened, that great victory speaks on our behalf, always speaks on our behalf. And that's interesting, because this thought is not what I thought I was going to talk about today. I'll have to talk about what I was going to talk about today tomorrow, because I've had my thought for today, that wonderful, amazing thought for the day. But this is what Satan will try to do with us. He will try to persuade us that the truths we know about who we are in Christ, our eternal security, the fact that we have been forgiven everything, he will try to make us doubt that. He will pop things into our head like, well, I can see why he would forgive so-and-so, because they're nice people, but why would he forgive you? No. You're not worthy of any of that. No, you're not. You can acknowledge that. You're not. None of us are. It's a free gift. It's an incredible gift given to us by God, that his Son should come. And even at this early stage in his ministry, in his life's ministry, know that he had to go the route that God had chosen and not the route he would have chosen to achieve his ends, which was to show to people what God is really like and to die for people's sins. It's an incredible thing that Jesus spent his life giving and giving and giving and giving, and finally gave himself. And Satan tried to stop him, tried to deflect him, tried to give him shortcuts, because these things he was tempted to do would have been shortcuts to the end. And the means, the saying the means justifies the end justifies the means, is not true. There's no merit in getting what you want, but using bad ways to get it. Jesus didn't take any shortcuts. Jesus did exactly what the Father asked of him throughout his life. He was tempted to divert from that in all sorts of ways through his life, and supremely in this period in the desert. But he stuck to what he knew God was asking him to do. So Satan, that was the big message of Satan, was 1, are you sure you are who you say you are? And 2, there are easier ways to achieve what you want to achieve than the way that's been set out for you. Why not take the easy way? There are temptations that come to us as well. Something to think about. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.